Frazier. She's my firstborn granddaughter. She was only 17 months old when she passed away. So she had a very small amount of time here, but that small amount of time, it made a great impact in my life and a whole lot of other folks' life. You know, especially my family members. She was energetic. She was a mimicker. Whatever you did, I knew she was destined to be smart. And she was just a great soul. She made me better as a person. Yeah. So she basically got a hold to some fentanyl pills. That I guess wasn't stored properly. Nobody in the house was addicted or nothing like that. So it wasn't like that she came from an addiction family, a family with addiction or anything like that. It's just a bad set of circumstances. So basically she wanders like any other 1-year-old does. First thing she do is put things in her mouth, and I'm assuming that's what happened. It was August 19th. I was just getting up in the morning, getting ready to go to work around 5 o'clock in the morning. So I usually get up, and I got a phone call from one of my daughters, which another background about me is that I raised all my daughters. I got 6 daughters. I had custody of 2 of them. So that's another reason why I'm so woke and I'm so much in my children's life, and I'm even prior right now because I raised them from the ground up, you know what I'm saying? And despite what society already puts on black men as being parents, but I was there and I did that. So, of course, I was naturally the first person that they called. The last thing I could have imagined was that she was going to tell me that my granddaughter wasn't breathing. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't even get the words out to my wife to even repeat what she had told me. You feel what I'm saying? I said, some way I got it out to call my daughter. You know what I'm saying? Call her, and she got to tell you, in the meantime, I'm getting dressed so I could rush out there. But they basically told me that she had got into something and they didn't know what it was. I was just totally flabbergasted because I couldn't imagine what I thought that she could have got in, like bleach. Was it cleaner? Because like I said, my children has no history of addiction at all, except for the exception of one. And she was not even there at the time, so like basically it didn't even cross my mind that there was even a possibility. So I'm thinking it's SIDS, you know what I'm saying, something of that nature. So as I'm rushing out there, she stays about, and at the time they were staying about 30 minutes away from me at the time. So as I'm rushing out there, I'm just trying to figure out what could it be, what could it possibly have been. And my oldest daughter got on the phone and she was telling me the signs and symptoms. But she was snoring really loud. She was fine when she had to go to the phone. And I'm like, immediately through the things that I learned from the Harm Reduction Coalition, I knew off the muscle that it was an overdose because I have dealt with those before and I have Narcan folks and brought them back before, so I knew exactly what it was. So yeah, that's my story. So when I get out there, and I was like, I'm hoping it wasn't that, but of course it was that when I finally made it out to the apartments. Education is the #1 reason why my granddaughter is not here. You feel what I'm saying? Because like I said, I've been in those situations. I've Narcan folks, and I had to bring them back in. So I know the signs, I know the symptoms, I know. So with that being said, they didn't know that. And when I got the information, I found out that she had passed away probably like at 1 o'clock that morning versus the 5 o'clock when I got the phone call, because those is the symptoms was presenting itself as far as being an overdose death or being a fentanyl related death, because she's like, well, yeah, around 12 o'clock she had a deep snore, you know what I'm saying, and so telling me all the things. So being a medical professional, I knew what it was, and then it's with me. I kind of got like a lot of guilt because I'm like, as much advocating as I do, I'm in the community, I'm passing out these things, I'm talking. I never once thought that I would have to tell my kids this because they're not in it. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't think that I would have to educate them, but now I know that everybody needs to be educated. Whether you're doing drugs or if you're not doing drugs, whether you know somebody that's doing it, whether you don't know somebody that's doing it. If you're compassionate, you got a heart, then you're gonna carry it around because you just want to save lives. It's just what it is. And education is the number one thing. As a matter of fact, education is the only reason why, other than the fact that she got a hold to it, is the reason why she's not here today. Is the lack of education. Image away, because the image, look in the mirror, that's the image. You see what I'm saying? That's what we got to get folks to realize. There is no stereotypical person that's gonna look like something that's gonna OD. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna find it, because if you do, you can look in the mirror and find it. I could have been a victim of. I done smoked weed before. I've heard it's been in weed. You know what I'm saying? I've did a lot of things to where it could have been like, am I addict? No. Could have happened to me. What if my wife or somebody didn't? Because my wife's educated. If she wasn't there, or if she was there and not something happened to me, she would know what to do. You know what I'm saying? Because if she was around me and she see what I do with Rita and all of us, that she's seeing the things we done. You know what I'm saying? But we got to get everybody on that level to the point where everybody knows, like, yeah, you can't just count nobody out. It's for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is gonna hit everybody. I learned about the Kentucky Harm Reduction Coalition via my friend Sarita. She actually came to my place of employment where I work, and I actually told her a story about how I had to Narcan a person. And when I Narcan that person, I never had really no formal training other than you shove it up their nose and you rub their chest, and that was it. Just so happened I'm in the medical field, I know that the person is supposed to lay on their side so they won't choke on their vomit and all these other things. And I told her about this story, and then she was like, you should tell your story. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I heard about the Kentucky Harm Reduction Coalition. And then fast forward, about a year later is when I lost my granddaughter to the exact same thing that I had been advocating against. So that makes it even more of a subject to why I'm trying to hone in on and try to beat it in people's head and let them know that this is an issue, and this is an issue that we need to fix, and we need to come up with a solution for it. So the way that the Kentucky Harm Reduction Coalition is helping Louisville is through people like me. Educate people like me, and it's not scared to go out there and hand out fentanyl, not scared to talk to people, and not scared to speak with folks about what's going on. Because at the end of the day, I see the thing that's going on, and there's a lot of folks that are just scared to do it. And with that being said, the Kentucky Harm Reduction Coalition, they help amplify my voice and to give me the tools also, because now I've been out passing out Narcan, I've been passing out fentanyl test strips, I've been educating folks about Zalazine, and they didn't even know what that was. But for a person like me that's like really social or whatever you want to call it, that I know a lot of folks, it just helps reach a lot more people, especially in a demographic that a lot of people are scared to touch. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm really out here and I'm in the clubs passing them out, because I'm looking at people pop their pills and snort their powder, and I'm seeing it, and I'm walking right over to them. Here, you might want to take, I don't need that. You might. And I give it to them anyway, and I talk to them about it, and then they really accepting of it. You know what I'm saying? So it's helping to reach a demographic of folks that people are not really comfortable or trying to approach, which I am. I'm not scared to approach anybody. I'm gonna talk to you back because it's, like I said, something about the touch that's near and dear to my heart. I lost my granddaughter, you know. So there's no shame in my game about nothing when it comes to this. So I would like to see the Kentucky Harm Reduction Coalition grow by, like I said, being in every household, being a household name, reaching every walk of life, not just going to the homeless camps, going to schools, going to churches, wherever there's folks gathering, they need to have a station set up, and they need to be there and be educated until every American is educated. the benefits that I see coming from the Kentucky Harm Reduction Coalition Lounge is that it gives people a safe place without having to be feel like they're being looked at or being singled out or being just mistreated or because it's a very touchy subject when it comes to a person and their pride or whatever. And when you get a place like this where you can come in, you can be yourself. Okay, there's no need to talk about the elephant in the room because clearly we all got an issue here. You know what I'm saying? So for me, that people need places like that so they can go and they can get an outlet, because maybe that might be the thing to change their life. We probably need a bunch more of these places throughout the West End, throughout the community, throughout these high areas where the overdose is at. So it's very beneficial to me. I feel like in this neighborhood, in this particular spot, and it'll be very beneficial in other places in the city too. So in the West End, the Kentucky Harm Reduction Coalition Lounge would come in great because there's a lot of people that, first of all, don't know this place even exists. A lot of people don't even know help is even out there. A lot of people they don't know this type of help is out there. So with it coming to the communities where it's a hot spot to say per se, where it's going down, it would be a great spot. And then to have folks outside advocating, pulling people in, letting people know. Like I said, it's all about education, and we need to have one in every corner of the city, I feel like. So the Kentucky Harm Reduction Coalition helped the vulnerable population by being a person that would help them stand up. You know what I'm saying? A person that they can lean on, a proverbial shoulder to cry. You understand what I'm saying? Because without that, they don't have it. Like I said, there's folks out here, they turning their nose up to these people, and the Kentucky Harm Reduction Coalition, they don't do this for nobody. You know what I'm saying? So the Kentucky Harm Reduction Coalition is helping the vulnerable folks by bringing it to the limelight. They're not letting it, because they get rid of the stereotype that it's only happening in rural counties or white America, and they letting it be known that Black America is really suffering from this, like to the point where it wasn't never an issue in Black America but now it is, and the Kentucky Harm Reduction Coalition is bringing it to the limelight, and with folks like me, and they helping me be able to spread the word. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm doing, and that's how I help the community. All right, so for someone who is listening about the Kentucky Harm Reduction Coalition, I would just simply tell them that you're not exempt. Your family is not exempt from being caught up in this pandemic. They could probably pull their phone out and find somebody and call them, and they gonna know somebody that overdosed if they, you know what I'm saying? So you're not exempt, and it can happen to anybody. And I would do what I'm doing right now. I would tell my story and tell other folks' story. I've lost like 50 people in the last 2 years due to this. You know what I'm saying? If that statement right there don't impact somebody to want to do something different, then I don't know.